Hello, my friend. I'm glad you're here again. Take a slow breath in. Hold it for a moment. And let it go. Let your shoulders soften. Let your thoughts settle wherever they need to. This is your space, a small pause between all the noise, a quiet return. Today's question is this: why do we only recognize certain ages as beautiful once we've already lived past them? It's a strange realization, isn't it? How we move through entire seasons of our lives without noticing their gentleness, their quiet magic, their unspoken beauty. We live them quickly, sometimes impatiently, sometimes distracted. I didn't know how beautiful that time was. When we're young, we're eager to become older. When we're older, we ache for the years we rushed through. And when we're standing in the middle of a chapter, we're often too close to see its grace. Time has a way of revealing meaning only after it has passed. Think for a moment about a younger version of yourself, not the number, but the feeling, the way your body moved, the way your worries felt enormous, even when life was simpler. Maybe it was the version of you who felt awkward, unfinished, uncertain, never imagining that one day you would miss that softness, that unguarded way of being. When we live inside an age, we tend to see only its flaws, the things we lack, the things we wish were different. We stand too close to the canvas of our own lives, noticing every imperfection, unable to see the whole picture. Only distance allows us to step back and understand what we were living inside. There was a woman who spent most of her 20s believing she was behind. Everyone else seemed to be moving forward with confidence, while she felt lost, unfinished, always catching up. She hurried through those years, trying to become someone impressive, someone certain, someone worthy of admiration. She didn't pause long enough to notice how light her body was, how open her future still felt. Years later, sitting alone in a cafe, she watched a group of young people laughing by the window. Their movements were loose, careless, unaware of how time was shaping them. Something tightened in her chest. They don't know, she thought. They don't know how beautiful they are right now. They don't know how much freedom lives in this age. And suddenly, she understood. Neither did she. Or think of someone who once felt trapped in what they called the middle years, not young enough to feel reckless, not old enough to feel wise, just in between. He spent those years wishing they would pass. But later, looking back, he realized that was when he learned how to say no without guilt, when he chose who belonged in his life and who didn't, when he began to feel a quiet sense of inner peace for the first time. "I didn't know," he said softly. "I didn't know I was already living the age I would one day miss." We often believe beauty belongs only to youth or to memory, but the truth is quieter than that. Beauty belongs to the age you are living now, if only you could see it. There was also a woman who dreaded turning 50. She spoke about her body changing, her face carrying lines she didn't recognize as her own. Beauty felt like something slipping away. One afternoon, her daughter found an old photograph, a picture of her at 30. She stared at it for a long time, touching the image as if it belonged to someone else. "Why didn't I see it?" she whispered. "I didn't know I was beautiful then." Her daughter looked at her gently and said, "You don't see it now either, but one day you will." That's the quiet lesson age teaches us. We rarely see ourselves clearly while we're living inside the moment. We understand our beauty only from the distance of becoming. Maybe this isn't a flaw in us. Maybe it's part of being human. When we're inside an age, we're busy surviving it, learning, failing, adjusting, becoming. Life doesn't feel beautiful while it's unfolding. It feels messy, unfinished, confusing. Only memory has the stillness to reveal what mattered. Only time can show us what the moment truly held. But there's a gentler truth underneath all of this. We don't miss the beauty of our present age because time is cruel. We miss it because our attention is divided. We're always looking ahead, imagining who we'll become, or looking back, longing for who we were. And while we do, the present slips quietly through our hands. Life doesn't ask us to stay young. It asks us to stay awake. Awake to the softness of right now. Awake to the version of ourselves that exists in this moment. Not the one we used to be, and not the one we think we must become. Imagine, just for a moment, seeing yourself the way your future self will one day see you. With tenderness, with gratitude, with the gentle ache of understanding. Imagine realizing now what usually takes decades to understand. The resilience you already carry, the softness that grew from hardship, the wisdom that arrived quietly, the freedoms you didn't have before, the strength you earned without noticing. Every age holds its own beauty, but you have to pause long enough to feel it. Maybe that's the secret, my friend. We recognize certain ages as beautiful only once they become unreachable, because that's when we finally understand they were beautiful all along. But you don't have to wait this time. You can meet your life now with the same compassion you'll one day feel looking back. Your future self is already grateful for who you are today. So be gentle with this age. It is more beautiful than you realize. Thank you for being here, for giving yourself this moment to reflect. Stay gentle, stay curious, and stay kind. And if this question spoke to you, continue your journey with us on Yarven's Questions. More stories, more reflections, and more quiet truths are waiting for you. Take care, my friend. Until next time.